Leo, and welcome to your reading for September the 25th through October the 1st. And first of all, I want to thank everyone for all the love I got last week from the YouTube community. It was just overwhelming. Thank you. Thank you. And I'd like to thank you in advance for giving me a thumbs up if you like this video, for sharing if you feel inspired, commenting and feedback. I always appreciate that. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Now, I have meditated and 7 cards popped out. It's a card for each day of the week, the upcoming week, and it is the general energy of the day. So this is a general reading, Leo. If you would like a personalized, more focused reading, the information is in the description box below. Just click on see more. And also, this is for your sun, moon, and rising. So if you know your moon and rising, there will be links in the description box also that you can click on. Now, they may not be all be there immediately. So if they're not all there, just check back, because it takes me a while sometimes to get everything uploaded and to get all the links in place. So anyway, without further ado, let's go to the cards, and what an incredible reading this looks for you. Leo, this is like the best so far. Okay, and we only have one more to go. You were the last month, now you're the penultimate this month. So Virgo's the last this month because it was their birthday month. So we do the cycle all over again. Now look at this. The 10 of Cups. This is just a beautiful, incredibly gorgeous. It's like dreams come true. It's like everything is, you don't have any cares or any needs. Everything, all your needs are being met. And this is a happy, emotionally happy card. This is where you really feel incredible. Now, 10s are also mean completion. This could be a celebration, you know, maybe whatever's been going on for the past few months or few weeks has come to an end, a completion. And this is a beautiful feeling. So I have a feeling that whatever finished is you're celebrating. This is like an emotional celebration of that. So this is a lovely, lovely card. So that's a beautiful energy on Monday. I just want to stare at that for ages. Look at, gorgeous, isn't it? Anyway, so then on Tuesday we have the 8 of coins. Now this is interesting because it's depicting a couple with pregnant and she's about to give birth. This is also an indication that something is coming to an end, right? This is an indication that a project that you've been working on or something is almost at completion. So all your hard work is, and the fruits of your labor, look, she's about to give birth. So this is like a whole new beginning. And this is also a lovely card. This is a really nice card to come up. I always think of 8s too as like balance, right? Because you think of the two, you know, the 2 circles balancing on top of each other. You can't see I'm doing that. So it's the 2 circles balancing on top of each other. So I always think of that as balance. And also, you know, sideways, it's the infinity sign. So this is a beautiful experience. This to me is like the fruits of your hard work and labor finally, you know, coming to an end, and you're going to see this lovely, you know, you're going to give birth to this wonderful new beginning. Things are going to change, you know, this is like change is afoot, but it's a balanced kind of, it's a happy feeling card. So now on Wednesday we have the 4 of Pentacles, which indicates holding on to something that no longer works for you. So this is an energy, and you know, it's interesting, this is coming up because we have Pluto going stationary before it goes direct at the end of the month. You know, on the 30th, I think, right? So we're going to feel this all week, before and afterwards. Everything about Pluto is kind of brought up, you know, when a planet goes stationary there, you know, what it represents comes up, right? So with Pluto, it's the ruler of the underworld. So secrets come up, you know, things come into the light, truths. We see the truth in a situation. And it's not always pretty. And, you know, it's the planet of death and rebirth and destruction and regeneration. There's no gray area. It's one or the other, right? It's that kind of a planet. So is that kind of energy. So this can be, something could come up for you on this day, and you're being asked to release it and let it go. Don't hang on to it. Let it go. Just release it, because you can't go forward. It'll block you. So it's just like, okay, bring it up, feel it, and then let it go. Don't hang on to it. I'm getting settling, so you must let it go. Whatever this is, you've got to let it go. Don't hanging on to old belief systems, the way you're thinking, you know. This is, let it go. This also indicates sometimes where you're blocked financially. So it can be that's what I'm getting. It's your belief system. It's like, and you've got to hold on to things and you can't spend it because, you know, you won't have anything. So it's not, you're not releasing the energy. Money is energy, right? You're not releasing it so it can flow freely to you and from you. This is about unblocking that. So you're holding on to this belief system, and that's what I'm getting. So let go of that, because it's not serving you, Leo. Release it. There's always more energy coming. Energy is never dying. It's always flowing, and the only way you stop it is by holding on to it. Let it go freely. Now, I don't mean go crazy shopping or something like that. That's kind of self-destructive. Don't do things like that. But invest it, or put it into something that's going to give you a wonderful return, that's, you know, something that's educational, something that's going to, you know, charity, anything. Just give something that's going to have a return, that you know the energy is going to come back to you, right? So even though if you're shopping and the clothes have a return, it's not that kind of spending, unless you've really deprived yourself and you haven't allowed yourself to have something new and feel abundant. Then yes, you can do a little shopping, but it's about not going into the opposite of this, right? Because the opposite of this is overdoing it. This is kind of tight, holding on to it. And the other aspect is going over the top and not having any boundaries. So, you know, just release it. Release that thought pattern and that belief system, you know, because that's going to keep you blocked from abundance. You don't want that. So then on Thursday, we have the Knave of Wands. This is, I just want to make sure, because I'm not, okay, these cards, I've had them for a long while, but they're collector's cards, and I was inspired to take them out because they're so gorgeous. Look at all the gold. Really nice. So I'm not really used to the imagery, so I really have to like, what is this? Is this a king, or no, he's a messenger. So when he comes up, this is good news, Leo. This is really good news. You're going to get some good news. This is going to feel really good. So let go of this way of thinking so that this can come in, right? This is the renewed energy that comes in. This is like, you know, an opportunity that comes up. You're going to hear of something that's good. You know, keep your ears open. Keep, you know, this could be emails. This could be a new client coming in. This is like, you know, you're getting a message, and it's going to be you're going to get, this is a gift. Job opportunity, you could hear of something, act on it, because it's going to be worthwhile. And then on Friday, dreams come true. That's the 9 of Wands, right? This is happy, happy, happy. This is success. So whatever you hear here, take advantage of it, because this is brilliant. A really good, you know, outcome for that. And then on Saturday, we have the Six of Chalices, as it said as it says in here. When this comes up, it's saying things from your childhood might come up, and it's not surprising because of Pluto. So you might, when this card comes up, I always say, listen, when childhood issues come up, this is a time you're being asked to forgive. Forgive yourself more than anything, right? Whatever's coming up for you, it's like, look, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and release it. And you've got to forgive others too. Whatever happened to you as a child and these issues are coming up, you must forgive. You've got to. This is a powerful manifesting time. You can't live in the past. You have to drop this identity, right? You have to release it with love. And you've got to move forward. We're getting this in the next day. You've got to move forward. So, but you can't move forward until you release it and forgive. So you have to forgive yourself and others. This is a very strong message here for you, Leo. It's about forgiving. Because if you are angry or resentful, it is blocking you from a wonderful future. So it's like, listen, you can't change the past. No matter how much you go over up in your head, there's nothing that's going to change it. So you've just got to forgive yourself for your part in it. You cannot blame yourself, and you can't blame others. You have to forgive them so you can release. And if you're, I get a lot of clients say, I can't forgive them. They don't deserve it. It's not about forgiving them, really, because in forgiveness, you are taking that burden off you. Listen, when you've heard of this, it's not new. But it's like when you're resentful and angry towards someone, it's like taking poison and waiting for them to die. Mostly, they're completely oblivious to how you feel. All you're doing is hurting yourself. And that's why you have to forgive them so that you can move forward with a lighter, but you don't need that heaviness on you anymore, Leo. Just let it go. Move forward. It's not worth it. They're not worth the time and effort, right? Just forgive them, release them. They're human. They know not what they do, right? It's about looking at the 360 and saying, look, I'm not responsible for what happened to me as a child, but I am responsible to recover. And I need to forgive myself because and this is also reminding you to really look at your past and say, look at how far I've come. Wow, I'm amazing. I've really come a long way. We really abuse ourselves internally with the internal dialogue, right? We abuse ourselves. If people talk to us the way we talk to ourselves, we deck them. So be aware. This is also a reminder. Be aware of your internal dialogue. And just when you hear it, when you start to listen for it, you're like, oh, I can't believe I've been saying that to myself. Right? When you get that awareness of what you... And this is all about personal growth. This is all about self-awareness. Right? So this is an opportune time to do that. Forgive them. Forgive yourselves. Release it and move forward. Lighter, more confident, and don't look back. Forget about looking back. It's all about going forward. This is a forward moving energy we're getting. And we have the Knight of Chalices. So when you can forgive this can also be a past lover too. I'm getting that for some of you. A past, divorced husband, something, a past lover. Let it go. And release it, release that energy, because look, you've got the Knight of Chalices coming in. This is the Knight in shining armor. He's like an emotional, beautiful, handsome man, swiftly coming in and sweeping you off your feet, darling. For a woman, for a guy too, there's no gender here. This is wonderful. This is like fast, like somebody's going to come in and they're going to like, whoa, right? But you must release this in order to see this, because, he moves really fast, right? He might be gone before you know it. If you're here not forgiving and not releasing, you're going to miss him. I always use this analogy with my clients. I say, look, you're over here picking up crumbs. There's a great big piece of cake over there. Drop the bloody crumbs and go for that big piece of cake. It's the same. Forgiveness. Imagine if all of us could, for each and every one of us on this planet could practice forgiveness. God, there'd be no wars, there'd be no conflict. It would be peace and harmony and love. Imagine that, one person at a time. Just forgive and release. Because look, darling, the bounty. Hey, he's hot and he's beautiful and emotional and he's emotionally available, guys. Or she's emotionally available if you're a guy. Or if you're a guy and you like guys, he's emotionally available. Whatever floats your boat, darling. This is your knight in shining armor. This is the key. But you've got to look. Because if you're not looking, if you're over here picking up crumbs, you see, you're going to miss this. He's fast. He's in and out. But, you know, he'll stop for you. When you forgive, he's going to stop for you. He's going to sweep you off your feet. So that's brilliant. What a great thing. Just don't forget. Don't forget. Forgive. Don't forget. Forgive. All right, Leo, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all. Mwah, and I'll see you next week.
For a personal reading, please email Mary at liveinthesolution.com.